Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my first ever Q&A video on YouTube. Now, over the course of 2.5 weeks, I think, I received a lot of questions from you guys, and I intend to answer almost all of them. And this is a pretty big thing for me since I've never done this. I don't know what to say, so without further ado, let's begin. How about playing Huns with some subs? I already do that, and I greatly enjoy playing with you guys. It's just that if I don't get around to play with you specifically, then, well, it has to do with the fact that I am just one person and I got so many Steam requests. It's physically impossible to get around to play with you all. I hope you understand that. Why did you decide to do hunt guides? Good question, and the immediate response would be fame, money, and women. But I get neither of the three, so here's my real answer. I love the game. That's simply it. I fell in love with the concept, but when I started out, I got pulverized, I got crushed, because the learning curve is just, it's steep, and it's not for everyone. And I just wanted to help out people who don't see what they're doing wrong, so that they can enjoy the game, so they can get in the game faster and easier than I did, because quite frankly, I rage a lot behind the camera. And if I can help people to not rage that much, that is a win in my book, so there you go. Can you give me some tips to get better at killing duos? I don't know if I can help you with that. I can just tell you what I do when I encounter duos, and that is I always formulate a plan in my head, and I also prepare for that plan to fail. So I have to be in the moment. That is the best thing you can do. Never run around like a headless chicken. For example, I record my footage and then I watch it myself, and I ask myself constantly, what could I have done different in that situation? Or was I even in the moment? Did I run around like an idiot? If yes, well, there's something to get better at. That's really all there is. Can you make a review about a Soulsborne game? Oh yes, I absolutely love Dark Souls. Especially the third one is my favorite, and I do plan on making a review about that one, but it will be in the distant future because my schedule at the moment is full. And I mean really full. What is your favorite game of all time? I don't know if a lot of people remember that game because it's quite old by now, but here it is. I have a hard copy. Terranigma for the Super NES. It's an RPG and it came out in 1995, 1996, and it was the first game that made me cry for hours because of its bittersweet ending. Where did you learn video editing? I learned video editing from a friend who now has his own little media company. It's called, I guess, Midnight Studios or Midnight Movies. I'm not sure. I will look it up and I will... But the story is actually a little more complicated than that. You see, my friend, he just needed somebody in front of the camera, and I initially wasn't interested at all in working behind the camera. I was the actor, you know? But that changed with time. And then I got my first taste with After Effects and camera work, and I got hooked. And we started working together for, I don't want to lie, but I think it was 4 years, until I started to go to college again, eventually. But even then, I never left the entertainment/editing field completely. So I read books in my free time, and I did the odd editing job when I had the chance. So I would say it's a mix between self-taught and being taught. How do you create your pixel art? Well, you know how they say that good artists steal from better artists and great artists create stuff, right? Well, I am a good artist because I got my inspiration for my style from looking at Mega Man pixel art, Mega Man X pixel art, and Scott Pilgrim the Game pixel art. And I just mashed everything together until I thought it was okay. But if you're asking for the tools I use, Well, I just use GIMP and nothing else. And a lot of blood, sweat and tears because I suck at art. Honestly. How old are you? 30 years, still kicking. Thanks. At what age did you start playing video games? I started playing video games at the tender age of 6 when I got my first Game Boy. I still have it, but it doesn't work anymore. It's pretty much a piece of crap by now, but I keep it for nostalgic value. But there you go, that's when it all started. What do you think about reviewing subs matches and then analyze their mistakes? That is actually an idea I had in my head, but I'm sorry, I won't do that. I can't do that. My schedule as it is pretty full, and once I say, hey, I will analyze your stuff, I will get tons of gigabytes of video footage and I have to wade through them all because my word is my bond, and then I will not do anything else. I will not sleep, I will not eat. It will be simply overwhelming and too much, so sorry. No. Is editing simple? Yes and no. Learning how to use an editing software is pretty easy. I mean, what you do is you drag the mouse to the clip you want and then you intersect it with another clip you want. That's pretty easy. But there are a lot of components you have to learn the hard way, and that's by just go in and do the work and get the experience. And that's things like, how do I capture the viewer's attention? How do I differentiate between boring parts, which may be boring for me but cool to the viewer, and the cool parts, which I find cool but may be boring to my viewers or anybody I want to show this? You know, that stuff? And you have to get a feel for it. I can't show you an easy way to do it. I'm not a master myself. What are your favorite genres of video games? Stealth, RPG, and horror. At 7:16 in one of your videos, did you actually faint from all the editing work? I noticed the screen in the background. No, I'm physically quite fine, thank you very much, but I simply wasn't satisfied with the shot, so I retook the footage. That's all there is to it. Which headset do you use? It's a Logitech G930 and it's pretty busted. It's very old. I had to tape it up multiple times because the microphone's falling off. But despite all that, it still works. And I'm quite happy to have it, and I will continue using it until it eventually falls to dust on top of my head. Which tools do you use in post-production? I actually just use 2 tools. For everything audio, I use Audacity since it's adequate and I don't need more at the moment. And the other thing is After Effects. I use it all the time, and I know it's for special effects and all that, but it's also quite good when you just want to edit stuff. Would you like to play MTG Arena for your channel? When I read that comment, I immediately googled MTG Arena and oh my god, I was so positively overwhelmed by what I saw. But I will not feature it on this channel because once I get started with the game, I will probably get addicted and I will do nothing else, and my channel will suffer greatly. So maybe 1-2 matches just to look at it, and then I will leave it be because, well, it's not good for the channel when I start playing that too. Believe me. Have you heard about Escape from Tarkov? I actually did, and I watched some Let's Plays and I think it's a great game, and maybe I will feature it on this channel. As a Let's Play, not a review. Just one offshoot, if it's possible. Alright, these were pretty much all the questions you guys asked me, and I am very happy for your feedback, I truly am. And at this point, I just have to say thank you again. We are currently at 2,000 subscribers, and the growth of the channel never ceases to amaze me, so thank you. Thank you for that too. Also, as promised, I uploaded a new Hunt episode for you guys. It should be somewhere around here. Like it, share it, click it, help me out, let's grow the channel even more. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have to prepare for a very special video which will come out in a few weeks from now on. And I don't want to spoil anything, so I will stop myself right here and better get back to work. See ya.